Hey, everybody. I'm Rick. Welcome to Talking Habs. We get your daily fix of Blue, Blanc, Rouge. We had game number, 28. Today, Montreal hosting the Predators, and it was a 2-1 loss to the refs. I'm going to keep harping on that. So Montreal lost 2-1 in a, I don't know how to describe it. The refs were putrid tonight. They missed so many calls. By the Preds. I mean, the penalties, there were a few of them. Just horrible calls. A couple of calls on Montreal were just horrible. And yeah, I mean, I say it a lot. Refs were bad tonight. All right, so I have the post-game stats for the game. 3 stars. A difference. There's one different than they said at the end of the game. So we got that there. I don't know what to say. Okay, let's use here. Guru, welcome back. Another close game until the end. At least the games are way closer this season. Keep moving forward. That was Montreal's 15th one-goal game. So, and their record is good. I mean, they had 15 already. This is their 16th, I think. 9-3-3. So they're 9-4-3, I think, in one-goal games. Off the line. Welcome back. The LA game. How would I be watching the LA game? Bob's your uncle, welcome back. Huzu, welcome back. They were bad, but always the same side. It's true. I mean, the refs were bad, mostly when it was calls either that they gave Montreal or missed ones by the Preds. And they missed a couple that were, just blatant. Just blatantly bad. You know, it's a different thing when, it's kind of close and whatever, and you're just harping on the refs. They were blatantly bad tonight. So, and it's like a regular thing. So anyway, refs are Bettman bots. Yeah. Is there like a directive, to blow calls against certain teams? But it is happening all over the place. I think every single team complains about the refs. So, Habs is a small team. The 5th biggest team in the league is a small team. They're just the 5th biggest team in the league, but they're a small team. Right? So the other, let's see, if they're 5th, that means that there are 27 other teams that are smaller than them. Yeah, Matt wants to talk while I'm doing a show. He knows I'm doing a show. He's probably watching even. All right. Yeah, listen, it's a post-game show. I'm going to show you the stats, and then we can talk about whatever. How's that? All right. As you can see, 2-1. Just 3 goals. Very easy to go over. What's his first name? Colton or Cole? Whatever. Sison's got both goals for the Preds. First one was at 11:41. It was a power play goal from Forsberg and Yossi. Second one was second period, 7 minutes in, and from Fabro and Yossi. And then Montreal gets their only goal in the was it in the second? I guess it was in the second. Evans unassisted after there was a Galley goal called back, which was fair. It was called back from he pushed Saros' leg in. So that was fair. But Evans makes it 2-1, and then that was it. No more scoring. They just couldn't put one past Saros after that. Allen was pretty good tonight. Can't really complain about Allen. Shots. Montreal actually outshot a team. It's the first time in 3 or 4 games that they outshot the other team, 38-32. They won the faceoff circle, as they more often than not, most games this season, they've won the faceoff circle, 55.6% to 44.4%. Power plays, they were 1 for 2. We were 0 for 5. And we complain about the refs. Yet, it's weird how we're complaining and legitimately complaining about the refs. And somehow we had 5 power plays to their 2. To make it look like my complaint about the refs is bullshit, but it's not. It's literally not. 2 of their 2 power plays probably shouldn't have happened even because those were 2 bullshit calls. Tripping call and holding call. Or was it a cross check? No, a cross check and a holding call, which were very, very weak calls. Hits. 28 hits for them, 25 for us. Block shots, 15 for Montreal, 12 for them. Giveaways, 15 for them, 8 for us. Takeaways, 9 for them, 4 for us. And that's pretty much the tail of the tape there. And now here's the 3 stars of the game. They had, after the game, was all 3 Preds. But here it's Sisons, first star, Gallagher, second star, and Saros, third star. Gallagher, I think, legitimately second star. He was good tonight. Like, he was just involved in everything. So I can't really disagree with those with that. Turn that off because there's nothing else there. So not a lot of stats from that game. You know, one of their goals was directly after they missed a call, tripping call on, I think it was hooking or tripping on Galley. They missed it flat out. And then they get it, you know, like that's just bullshit. So this game should have been different, but it wasn't. Matt, outdoor again. You're here. Habs small team. They're not. They need help big time. It's not. I mean, this is a rebuilding team. They're developing the young players. You want them to go out and bring in free agents or whatever and trade these young kids away. I mean, what do you want them to do? Okay, that's uncalled for. That's uncalled for. And you're gonna sit for 5 minutes for that. Very uncalled for. Did I see the Habs keep going deep with a superstar free agent in the next season or 2? No. That might be the turning point to trend upwards and be a real playoff team. I don't see that not in the next season or 2. It's not. They're not ready for that. They're not. So I don't know what Matt Outdoor wants them to do, right? You go and get a sign a free agent, say, right? You pay him a lot of money for a couple of years where you're not really going to, you're not making the playoffs, right? So you're wasting that. That's why you don't go and get that guy or guys until you're there where you're going to be, you're confident you're going to make the playoffs. Anyway, I booted him because of that comment about Jake Allen in bed with his wife. That's not needed. That's childish. That's a child says something like that. It's just not my night tonight, peoples. I was in a good mood all day. Working hard, got a lot of work, working on videos and stuff. And, refs really threw me off tonight. All right, let's get some better comments. Come on. We got like 20 minutes. Let's get any comments. What'd you guys think of the game? Not just me. If you're here, at least say hi. Hi, I'm here. Then you can go back to the back of the room. It's no problem. Hey, Lucas. I mean, I agree. There were points where they weren't, pushing like they were, but the last 10 minutes was pretty good in this period, third period. I mean, I'm telling you though, if they don't make that call where the bad call leads to a goal after, or they miss the call and then something like that, and if that doesn't happen, I mean, it's a 1-1 game. It's a totally different game. And I don't remember seeing stuff like where I just go, oh, well, they missed one on the Habs. I didn't see that really tonight. I might have missed one or something, but I didn't see that. But I saw at least three missed calls that the Preds should have had, and then 2 bullshit calls on the Habs. Imagine holding. He put his glove on his shoulder for a second. Like that's holding. And a cross check. Like he couldn't have broken an egg with that cross check. And you see guys, boom, 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 and they don't get called. But that cross check got called. Sure. I've told Matt a couple of times, I can't do the texting. I can't do it. I'm not a young kid. They're used to that. But he keeps texting me while I'm on. He's on vacation. I'm not. Yeah, he's on. He'll be back tomorrow. Just in time for the podcast tomorrow. Speaking of podcasts, oddly, there's a few things like with the refs. We talked about like the thing with Dylan Larkin and the refs and all that that happened last night. We talked about this kind of stuff in the Puck Around podcast that is in the link is in the description. Was one of the questions in overtime that I came up with about how the refs letting things go, dirty plays go like that, is going to lead to dirty players and dirtier plays. And we were seeing it in the last couple of days, at least. And then there's the Habnormals podcast, me and Matt. It's all Habs all the time. And we I thought the last one there, I think I've only got number 4 in there, but maybe it's number 5. I thought it was a really good conversation. Various topics, and please check those out. Links are in the description. Links for the podcasts are in the description of all my videos going forward since the podcast started. So please check that out. Here, you sent me something else. Matt, he's reliable. What is this now? It's from the Habs. Oh, okay. So it's official now. I guess it's official now about Tanner Pearson that he'll be out 4 to 6 weeks due to an upper body injury, which we know is a broken finger. So another injury for the Habs. What else is new? What was that? The scrum against the boards there? They did it twice where they were just waiting. Then the second one, they actually finally blew the whistle. But yeah, they were just, come on, they were waiting. They were just trying to waste time. So the Habs had less time. I mean, considering how they reffed this game, I don't see how you could see it any other way. If they were really good all night, and then I wouldn't have said anything probably about those 2 incidences. But considering how lopsided the reffing was, even though we had 5 power plays, how we did, I have no idea. Yeah, what I just said. It's like with smoke and mirrors, they do it. I wish these things would stay lit also. It would be nice. It was a coincidence. Come on, you're nuts. Come on. Yeah, it's a coincidence. I mean, right? The way it's frustrating to watch. I really threw my mood off because it started really early with the bad calls, and I just threw my mood off for this game. It's unfortunate. The refs really shouldn't have that much of an impact on a game. Or I'm just a whiner. I don't know, one of the two. Maybe I'm just a whiner. Yeah, the ref salaries are public. They make good money. Over 100,000, I think. And like they can make like a couple 100,000 after, they've been around for a while. They make good money. Our guys could improve their passing and one. Yeah, I mean, some nights are better than others. I don't think this was a great night for passing for Montreal. So I think there's something to say there. And I was expecting a little more from Slav tonight. I don't know if that's fair to say, but I was. It's not that he was bad. He wasn't. But I don't know. He had such a good game last game. I guess he was due for a little bit of a let off. But overall he was still good. But anyways, he's coming along. I'm happy with Slav. How are they writing about him over there in Slovakia? They must be like the papers and the writers. They must be really happy with the way he's playing right now. Oh, Lucas, you guys, I know what you're talking about. Yes. And in general, the passes to Cole this year have not been great. He hasn't been able to one-time a lot of them. He's having to settle them down or whatever, and that's, not great. But I do remember that at the end. They had a couple of chances there, and the puck wasn't bouncing their way. Maybe. Was he exceeding expectations lately only because he had been struggling? I don't think he's like, I think he might be a little farther ahead than they thought too, because he's been say the last 10 games or so, his progress has just shot forward. So, he didn't have a game this time where he was even more progression, I guess. So maybe now that he's been playing better, I said it before the game started. He's one player I'm really excited to see tonight, right? So, but that's a good thing, right? Imagine in 3 years what he's going to look like. We're going to really be screaming his name so many times. He's flashed so much talent in the last 10 games of what could possibly be. I'm really looking forward to it. Again, it's out. And it's really dry. I don't know how it keeps going out. I don't know. Lucas absolutely is the first. Nick Cole Nick and Cole are on there. That's the first line, and they have been. I thought they didn't struggle tonight, but I don't think the passing and all that was great, right? So they didn't look as good as last night, where they really looked good. It was it was a good night for them. But since they've been put together, it's about 4 games. It's been a good line, and we've been waiting for that, right? For them to put him there, and they did. I think they knew what they were doing. They didn't feel he was ready, and he wasn't ready. And okay, now it's time, and it worked. So I think that line will stay together for a little while, at least until there might be multiple games where they don't look good. But Slav can pass, but he needs to shoot more. That's what Matt has been texting me a lot about is tonight. Slav needs to shoot more. He does, but that'll come with more confidence, right? That's just part of the progression. But man, his passes on some nights are just amazing. So he's got great vision. It's nice to see him starting to emerge. I just wish the points would start following him more, because the team really needs it. Hey, Mr. Expos, how's Chicago doing? We just can't play in back-to-backs. Our young bodies not developed yet. Your thoughts? Kind of like King game. No dictating the play. Oh, I don't know. Preds probably were the better team tonight, as far as the overall play. I kind of got to give you that. I don't know if it's because it's back-to-backs. Both teams were on back-to-backs tonight, so And the Preds should have been tired 13 games in 23 days. That's a lot. But I mean, I thought Montreal fought back pretty well considering the reffing was as putrid as it was. And also, I guess winning the back-to-back games like that, that's part of the team, getting more experience, learning that killer instinct kind of thing, and fighting through adversity. Lucas, I think that's something that'll come with Slav, right? I think, with more experience, he's going to be kind of like a force there in front of the net. You got to think, right? Especially on the power play. So, yeah, if he could play, I wouldn't want him to do that exactly because he'd get hurt. I mean, I don't know how Galley hasn't gotten hurt this year yet. But, yeah, you're right. He could be more dominant and more of a force in front of the net. But that'll come with time. Well, I thank you for that, Mr. Expos. I kind of don't feel they are, but I try. It's good to break it down. I do prefer doing the post-game shows over last year where I was doing a pregame show of the game and then nothing. I kind of prefer doing a pregame video, the show, and the postgame. For me, it's better. It takes a little getting used to because I'm working later, but it's not that bad. Well, Lucas, you're right, and that's part of the reason why Slav with Nick and Cole makes such sense, right? Especially a guy he's already starting to win board battles and the physical battles. When he's give it 2-3 years, and and the passing, he can get in the corner, win the pucks, pass it out, center it. He makes some really nice centering passes and passes around the net. So. Yeah, it seems like it's a natural combination. I imagine, they'll be together for a while. Lucas, the pregame show, like the 15-minute before, but I used to do 45 minutes, so it's not that bad. It's more than this. I try to do only about a half hour for the postgame. So, but yeah, I prefer the postgame. Plus, the preview videos are simple to put together. So I've got a system for them, and it works, and it's easy to do, and yeah, I like it. All right, so we're down to about 5 minutes. I don't know what else to say about these bloody games. This one tonight. Not much else you can say. Well, let's talk about what's next. So we're off for what is it, Sunday? Off till Wednesday. Wednesday, I can't remember who the goddamn game is. How many times have I looked at it? Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh's in town on Wednesday. And on Saturday, they host the Islanders. Yeah, that's it. Those are the only two games this coming week. So a very light week for Montreal. They get a bit of a break. Then next week, there's 3 games, leads up to a Friday game. And then they're off for the Christmas break after that. So the 22nd is the last game. It's also the 5th anniversary of this channel. So we'll have some sort of a celebration on that night. Still working on that. And what else? Have we played Pittsburgh yet this season? Yeah, I don't know. Honestly, I don't know either. So guess that's what it is. Both of us. Cole is a playmaker, not goal scorer. That's what it looks like. Oh, God, Matt, come on, man. Why you got to make me shake my head so much tonight? Cole is a playmaker now. He's not a goal scorer. Well, okay, this is what Nick Suzuki, not Nick Suzuki. This is what Marty St. Louis said about it the pregame interviews, or it was yesterday. I'm not sure when it was. It was in the last 2 days that they asked him about why Cole's not scoring as much as he worried about it, and he says he's not. What's happening, he feels, is Cole is adjusting to becoming a more rounded player. Also, something interesting that he said is he's used to having more freedom, and not that he's working under a system, but basically that concepts thing has changed a little bit, right? And they're working more as this is the system is trying to learn how to do what the game needs of you. He keeps saying that. That's the concept. Do what the game requires of you. He's adjusting to this. So you want to blame it St. Louis is making him not score, whatever you want to do. But that's what's going on with Cole, apparently. Does that make him a playmaker, not a goal scorer anymore? No, that's bullshit. That's just bullshit. So he's got 7 right now. He's having an off season. Have you not heard of goal scorers that maybe have a season of 30? Next one is 50. And coming off of a 50 season. Like, you never heard of that before? It's what he's going through. He's still only 22 years old. Or 21. He's only 21. He's young. I'm not that worried about it. But just to say that he's a playmaker and he's not a goal scorer, come on. He's a goal scorer having a slump. That's basically what it is. He's in a slump. All right, I'm cutting it out here because I'm losing my temper too much. I'm sorry. I apologize. Didn't mean to be nasty, but that's how it is. So that's it. I'm going to take off. I'll be back. Look for the report card video. It'll be out tomorrow. I just have some editing to do on it, and then it'll be out. And let's see. Tuesday, probably not doing anything. Wednesday, we've got the game. So that's it. That's what the future is right now. Put him on another team. I'm out of here. All right. You're making me mad. I was in a good mood now. Sorry, Matt. It's fine. That's it. I'm going to just stop talking and babbling and being like an idiot. Thanks for watching. Really appreciate it. See you next time. Check out my report card video when it's out. And that's it. Stay safe. Peace out. Have a good rest of the night. Ciao, everybody.